Wait a minute, y'all still talking?
The first time I said it.
Can I introduce who's on camera? Who's on the corner with us? First of all, let me get this.
Oh, okay. This girl's on fire. It's very original.
I don't like Alicia Keys. I don't like this song.
I love her.
Me either.
I love her.
I use this for my sister's 8th grade graduation video.
You got her braids. You got a complexion. You got a height. Y'all make up together.
That's hilarious.
Right. You got a complexion. There you go.
Fucking lady, yes I am.
All right, well, there it is. There's your intro, okay? So
How does it feel?
Yes.
Hear the intro and she shit on that motherfucker immediately.
I don't like the song either, but it was about feet on the ground.
It's the
you on
context.
fire.
I got
Yes,
you.
'cause you
I
got
got
some
you.
shit going on.
No,
Right.
I know,
You
but
know.
that song just
It
weird.
is trash. It is trash.
Why is that
See
song
that pie
trash?
in front of you? Cut a slice
It's
of that
just for
humble pie,
kids.
bro. She just gave you a piece of that motherfucker.
No, it's cool. It's a trash song.
You don't
No,
play.
we agree with that.
Yes.
You don't play Nas I Can with your homeboys. You play that shit for kids. Like, that's a kid song.
Damn.
That's simple.
I'm not gonna shit it, but that's 2 for 2 now.
That's
I'm not
okay.
gonna say anything.
I
Well, I
get
should've joined
the,
in,
I get
though,
the
shouldn't I?
parallel.
I tried.
No, I get the parallel. I get
Yeah,
it.
you should have put that Glorilla on. That was that shit.
No, don't put that on.
R-E-E.
I'm not. I
Let's
never
go.
Whatever it said. I don't know.
What's good, man? How's
What's
everybody
happening?
doing, man?
Can I clap for her though?
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank
Miss
you.
Bree. We did not use her name. Miss
At all.
Bree.
There you go.
Briahna. Certainly a cornerstone of all things in Chicago. Like, it's clear. Everybody knows that. There's too many different projects. We're going to obviously talk about the most recent coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is an absolute honor to have one of Chicago's very bright, very seriously a part of the fabric of this shit, man.
Yes.
Like, well, we known it like 20 years now.
We all been knowing
20
each other
minutes.
for a minute.
Like, we talking about back
20 minutes,
when
yeah.
you still had CDs to sell people at shows.
Yeah.
Did they bootleg your shit?
No, well, we was
Dang,
bootlegging.
y'all right.
Damn.
We was legit
Y'all
like doing
right.
showcases of wherever they would let people perform rap.
Yeah.
You would see Bree, us, and a collection of other folks, and it
Different,
would be
yeah.
like literally
Mike,
everybody still
you know
got
what I'm
their
saying?
CDs.
Boardroom.
Mass Hysteria
wow.
used to be
Yeah.
out there.
That was my shit, too.
Man,
Yeah.
that was an
They
era.
was
Where
the
the fuck
first.
was I at, man?
They
Shout out
was
to
the first. They was the first internet artist.
On
low
the
key.
wheel, right?
Yes.
Talk about it there.
Exactly.
Talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Want us
was
to really talk
the
about it?
mixtape
No,
era was
I was like, I don't know if you
yeah, the
did.
Chicago mixtape era was something to be fucked with. Like,
It was.
for real. That
Yeah.
was some time.
Best Chicago mixtape y'all heard
Take me back to Chicago.
Back then,
ever.
I mean, ours was super unique though, right?
What was the
Why you
Lupe
making this
had?
complicated,
Cold
bro?
Lupe
ass.
had
Why you making
nice
this
series.
intelligent?
Lupe
Stop
had-
making this
Bump
super
J had-
intelligent.
Cold ass mixtape.
Yeah, Bump had a cold ass
Yeah.
mixtape.
Yep. So did
Sly.
Bump.
Yeah.
Slack mixtape was crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean everybody could.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
thing.
I like
It's like-
variety, bro. I used to always go grab Sox Park Mob mixtapes, bro,
good
all
one.
the time.
That's a good
I
one.
don't
Variety
even know
of
who that
everything.
is.
That was good.
Now,
Damn.
Take Me Back to Chicago was unique because we only had Chicago artists. Like
I know everybody.
It's Chicago shit though. It's a lot. That's
there
my
was
first
a
heard
point.
Snipers.
There was a point where me and Q agreed, like even for the songs that we were gonna select on Take Me Back to Chicago, we were like, we don't even want no New York beats on that shit.
Nah.
Like it got to a point where we only
Y'all running
wanted
past him?
Chicago production. Yeah, ran right past his ass.
I hated it.
Yeah. Like without so fast, we didn't even really need to consider what was gonna happen. But no, we did. We got to the point where it was like, yo, you got New York beats on your shit. We not even gonna put it on the mixtape. Like we only want Chicago shit.
Also, we introduced our guest, who's also our sister, man, because, you've known these guys for 20 years. I feel like I know you with kindred spirits anyway, because
You got shit
on the
in
west
refrigerator,
side, bro.
man, you know.
Basically, yeah. You live here now.
Wait, walk in the door, open the
He
fridge.
said, can I put this bag in there? I was like,
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
let's welcome my brother back too, man. You didn't give him proper welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm done welcoming him back, man. I'm
You tried
done.
it?
I'm done welcoming him back. We're gonna see him off. You know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous.
That's a good way to look at it, though, man.
Yeah, this my shit. This my last day tomorrow. I have to go back to the 9 to 5, bro.
That's sad because
That's
Tuesday I go back to work Tuesday.
tragic. I have had the whirlwind summer of a lifetime. It's just, I mean, to
really?
get paid.
The world knows, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Instagram,
I know.
Twitter,
Everybody should know by now.
Black Planet.
I don't, wait, no. What don't,
You know,
He's still on Black Planet too, though. You know it, right?
But in the
Right.
summers, obviously, music
yeah.
festivals.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
DJ.
yeah.
I run boats, so I book
damn.
boats all summer. I've been
you had
kicking it.
You had a yeah.
I've been kicking it. No lie, and getting paid for it.
There you
That's
go.
great.
Which is the part that's like enormously.
I know the feeling.
So unfortunate that I have to stop this for a minute to go back and teach people's children, like in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a hard.
You're going to be looking at them like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Summertime is that season to get your subsidiary income on, bro.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It
Oh, yeah.
seems like it, man.
That's true.
Nah, it's just so fun.
Bree, we always start with how was your week, so I need to know how was your week. Let's get into it.
Well,
shit.
you gotta.
My week was crazy.
I mean, first of all, we gotta say it right. So Bree is producing the first year of the Purple Block Party, right? So clap it up one time, right? Taking on this whole. Bree told me this about. I want to say it was damn near like 2 months ago. I think we were I was like Silver Room Block Party.
Yes.
You were like, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a long time. I wanted to do this for a while. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just run my own festival. And I remember going, man, that's a lot of work,
It's a task.
right?
It's a task.
That's no slight way. She was like, I'm doing it on the west side. I'm calling it the Purple Block Party.
gotta stop looking
and
over
it's
here.
just that's what it is.
Jesus Christ,
And
man.
the weed is over there.
and literally from that point on, I'm seeing here go the flyer, here go the announcements, here go, oh, we got Jim Jones, oh, we got Pivot Gang, oh, okay, Vic Mensa's DJing, oh, we got DJ 9 AM coming out of New York. Like, from that conversation on, the festival is happening. So we got to preface it with the fact that we are a week away from
Yes.
Purple Block Party.
August 28th. Get there.
Garfield
Yes.
Park.
It's
Y'all,
going down.
please. I got so much money. But my week was crazy. Like, you know what? The worst part of the week was the city, of course. Just
Yeah.
dealing with that, like knowing that I gotta get a what? Gotta get an architect. What the huh?
Wow.
For a stage?
Right.
Why?
Right.
How much is it gonna cost?
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting, it's just been like one of them this whole week. It's like, oh, I gotta pay for that too?
Yeah,
Oh,
the city. They
I gotta pay for that too?
City would. They
Yeah.
are not cheap.
Can you elaborate?
They're
Because a lot of
greedy.
people don't know what it actually takes to pull off a festival.
So I think part of the reason I was so reluctant to do this was because of that.
Okay.
And as an entrepreneur, I run my own business. So when you look at hindsight, I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna give you like what the week looks
Man,
like.
tell
what
us how
the
you gonna
week
tell
looks
us.
like.
Don't worry about him.
Okay.
How you gonna tell him? He asked you. You don't tell him how you gonna tell him.
But either way, he crazy.
Yeah.
Frodo's in the building.
Frollo. Oh, I like that one. That's like Bolo, but like
Oh wow.
oh, I like that
That's
one.
so good. That was really good.
Yeah, Bo. Negro Douglas.
I do like that one though. White, stop cutting off, please. I got you back. Y'all stop cutting Bree off.
Please.
The fuck?
Okay. I'm glad I smoked. Oh shoot. Okay, so what was we talking about?
You were
Okay.
saying like your week and like
The
kind of
week.
like what the
So in the midst of me running this, putting this together, I still have to run my business. So I still got clients calling me, knowing what they know what I'm doing, because most of my clients I'm putting them on the show, but I still got to work, and then I still got to figure out, I got to make payroll, or I got all these other things. So it's been one of those weeks where it's like I literally woke up yesterday like, oh shit.
You're right, it's happening.
Yeah,
here.
and I was like, I got so much shit to do, like still.
Right.
But I've been wanting to do it, and my reluctancy was, running into, like, to be honest with you, the city situation has been actually pretty simple. Like honestly, leading up to this past week, like I've been getting, like, everything's been getting approved. Things have been moving really fast, and this was just kind of like y'all waited
But I feel like
Right
the
now.
city.
Right. Hit
Well,
with
the
these.
crazy
False.
part is the person I needed to talk to was on vacation for 11 days.
That always happens, right?
Damn.
And then y'all know how city workers is. They don't work.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna put that on somebody's desk.
Yeah.
They gotta sign it. Then they got somebody else
I
gotta sign
called
it.
this lady. Of course, she answered the phone the first time because she didn't know who I was.
Oh yeah, that look
You know,
Right.
and she hit me with just call me tomorrow or call me.
Right.
All right. Next day, I called her 3 times.
number
y'all.
disconnected.
Right,
Emailed her.
right.
And sent her a text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was like, what do I need to do? I don't know what
Yeah,
to do.
see.
So it's been a process of I have to be so occupied because if I don't get the permit, none of this shit gonna happen. So
Right.
it doesn't matter what other things I got going on.
Yeah, that's the most
the
important,
priority.
right, yeah.
So, and the closer you get to it, you like, well, I just spent all this damn money. This has to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it's been like one of those weeks where like I might wake up like, oh my God, like waking up like, do you really want to do this? It don't matter now. You in it.
Yeah.
Like
People committed.
Yeah, I'm committed now. It don't matter, money or not.
Yeah, and it's about other people too. Yeah, for sure.
And so it's been a good week, but it's been a very challenging week. It's been a lot of, this is my first time doing this, so I done had some doubtful thoughts and just what the hell are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the
gonna
first
happen.
one.
it's gonna happen.
It's
I
gonna happen.
appreciate you for
first
doing
one.
that though. The Purple Fest. It seems like since the pandemic, people since being put up for 2 years or a year and a half, 2 years, people have been sitting and thinking, and somehow, some way, everybody came outside. Was like, you know what? I thought about this the entire duration of the pandemic, the better part of the pandemic, the heavier part of it, and I'm gonna get this idea out here. Was there any specific motivation that said, hey, let me go ahead and
Yeah,
get my own?
actually,
'Cause a lot of fests have been birthed since
Sure,
the pandemic,
yeah,
full
true.
fest, and just everything else.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So believe it or not, I've been wanting to do this for 9 years. So I sat on Lupe Fiasco Foundation board. I was one of the founding board members, and so we would always go to iFest, and I'd be like, "Why we ain't doing nothing?"
Right.
There you go.
Not even on no hater.
hate, yeah,
it was just
yeah.
more like we should also do something, but
Right.
not do exactly what they're doing,
Right.
so that it doesn't look like it's competitive.
Yeah.
And I was like, we should do a dope block party that's kind of like on the Dave Chappelle style of the culture,
Yeah.
and just kind of encompassing all those things that make up the community, that make up who we are as people, what makes up Chicago, what it is, and plus we're from the West Side.
Right. Nothing happens on the West Side.
We
like
don't
that.
have
People don't do it.
anything.
Yeah.
And so it started there, and I started talking about it. I was originally going to do it at Union Park because I live right here.
That's a
so
nice
I
park,
wanted
though.
to do it
Lots of space.
close.
It's closer to downtown.
But what ended up
yeah.
happening is, so my mom did her first festival. She did a Juneteenth festival
Nice.
2 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, my mama doing a festival, and
Right.
I'm a punk, like, like, dang, my mama just
Right.
straight did, like, she did that, and
Right.
I'm so proud of her for it.
Shout out Mom Dukes.
Yeah, but I was like, what you waiting on? And so what really pushed me was that, because she called me literally in November and was like, I just put my permit application in, and I paid an extra fee so you could put yours in, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
and I
She
was
pushed you.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they ain't gonna approve that shit. Got the email. I was like,
Oh, the city
shit.
want that bread. Don't get it
And
twisted.
then it just went from there. But it was a lot of people don't really know how long it took for me to even get to this point, because I had so many, like, just Black people. We don't really do a lot of, we don't do a lot of things because we just don't know.
Yeah.
And so for me, it took me, I was like, well, how am I gonna fund this? That was my first thing. So
OnlyFans.
actually, I thought about that, and I was gonna do my feet.
My feet.
Please
Yeah.
don't bring them dogs
Be
out.
waving
Don't-
brushes.
Hey, my feet are not ugly, so
You a hustler. You could put anything on OnlyFans and got paid.
Right.
You putting the fest up. Trust me, you West Sider. You a hustler. You'd have made it work.
I still can. What you talking about? We a week out.
Right. We up here.
Let me ask you this question.
Ask her that question, then, bro.
Like, so why purple?
So Swank, my company, Swank Public Relations, our brand colors are purple.
Okay, gotcha.
But again, when I was thinking about it, I was like, like literally from years ago, I was like, what am I gonna name it?
Right.
But I ain't had time to really think about it because I had to submit the application.
Less is more.
So I literally was like, the Purple Block Party. Like I couldn't think of anything clever.
I like it.
And then I was like,
less is more.
It works.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps asking me about purple, but I also named it purple, not only playing off of my brand in general, but if you think about what purple represents in so many different facets, I'm talking about cannabis. The best weed.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, that's one. But even food, you got food that represents that there's purple cabbage. There's so many things
Purple
that
rain.
You make purple
Rain by Prince, goddammit.
sweet potato pies.
Well, the purple IG.
But that's
the
my
purple
point. That's
icon.
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I'm mad at you two motherfuckers, bro, because y'all let me say
Right.
Purple Fest.
It
And
was,
not
yeah,
Purple
it's
Block
Purple
Party.
Block Party.
Oh, he said purple
Okay.
fest.
No,
Purple
he's,
Fest.
I know what you
said
said.
it. I peeped it.
Why did you say that? I'm mad at you now, so you could have checked me on that shit.
Hey man, you
She
a big
definitely
nigga.
No, she definitely checked me when she called. I was like, yeah. So the purple festival thing. She was like, Purple Block Party.
Let's get it
Let's
right.
be really clear.
Excuse me. I ain't, look, he big.
You let me inside the doors now. You reserve the right to check a motherfucker.
Right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Don't.
Careful what you ask for. Careful what you ask
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Yeah, they know me.
Fucking with her, yeah. It get different.
Wow.
What?
I'm trying to tell you, Bree's a motherfucker, man.
Okay.
I'm from the West Side. So just keep
I gotta
that in
stop
mind.
looking.
Look,
Why you
with
looking?
that-
What's over there?
I'm so used to looking forward.
Yeah, we've never had this corner
100
set up. It's
some
always been a straight.
Fuck y'all.
Can you tell people more about
Can you?
Swank as a company and what you do and
Right,
what
'cause
you
this
do for
company
them?
you and your mom started together, right?
No, actually, I started. Oh, y'all about to have some jokes in a second. I made my mama intern before I hired her.
Oh, that's
dope.
I love it though.
yeah.
She must want too many whoopings growing up.
Nah,
Pay back.
that's the thing. But you know, like as a parent, the older I get, I'm like, that was very humbling
Oh God, yeah.
of her.
Be an intern for
sure.
my kid.
But when I started Swank, now my mom did give me the money to start Swank too. So I
You made an
started.
intern.
That's some West Side
You
shit.
a savage, man.
I'm not paying you.
Look, but my mother didn't come on board immediately. So I was running everything so I actually used to have a business partner. And what ended up happening was she pretty much did some, snake
shit.
stuff. She from the South Side.
Yeah. You
But,
see that? What about the junkie people?
It's different out there too.
Once you cross 35th, I started not trusting.
I think she's from the East Side actually.
Even worse.
Because they don't.
They different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a different
They
one.
don't claim.
Don't look at me. I'm bougie.
They do
I'm
not
from
claim the
downtown
East
now.
Side.
Look, I'm
don't.
from downtown now. I don't claim said sides anymore.
Really? You just say Chicago?
Yeah, I'm downtown. Loop.
All right.
I stay in the loop.
Well, this is.
You're welcome. Profits
Fancy
are up.
Negro.
All right. Well, back to the West Side.
Right.
Excuse us. But I started it 15 years ago, and it started out as a customized publishing company because I had actually left another. I was working with True Star. Some other stuff happened,
right.
and me and the other girl separated and went and started our own company. And I was just like, well, I don't want to name it anything that. Like, people name. I don't like people that name their companies after they name. I think that's corny. I think it's ego-driven and narcissistic.
I agree.
So for me, I wanted to name something that represented who I was and what makes me who I am. And so back then, of course, there was a popular word, swag.
Swag.
But swank is the female version of swag.
Got it.
Yo.
And so I just feel like me as a person, like my personality, who I am, makes up what my brand is. And so I feel like that was in purple. I don't even know why I do know why I picked purple. I picked purple because of, again, what it represents. Right. So, it's not even my favorite color. People think because it's.
I would assume, yeah. I'm like, yeah. It must
No,
be.
it's not. You don't see nothing purple in here.
Yeah.
But your shirt doesn't.
But this shirt. but for a brand standpoint, it stands
It pops,
out.
yeah. It
So
pops.
it was just the perfect combination. So when I started it, I went, of course you go through business, humps and challenges as an entrepreneur, but I started it out of need, to be honest. At the time, it was when I think Obama was he was about to get in office or whatever. I don't remember, but nobody,
Right.
like employment was bad. I just remember it being really bad. And I looked for a job for about a year, and then I just started Swank. And I was like, I'm gonna just do this in between. Like
Right.
this wasn't supposed to even
Turn into the actual business.
what it is
That's
now.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
And who all have you worked with your company?
So I'll start from like people that I know. People know. Raekwon is one of my consistent clients that I work with. Done some stuff with LeBron. I work with the Chicago Bulls. I'm like, let me go. I work with Rock Nation now too. I ain't even thinking about the old shit though. Like I can't remember everybody, but any and everybody out of Chicago, as far as artist wise, like I was very instrumental in a lot of young artists that are like now in they, early 20s.
Yeah.
That's a good thing though.
Like I helped start a lot of their careers. So Tink was one of my main clients for a while.
Shout out to Tink.
Yep.
Just dropped.
Herb, King Louis, Katie got bands. Like I was around that, but even going further back past before that, I worked with just a lot of the dope Chicago DJs. Of course, I did some stuff with Timbuktu. I worked with Lupe Fiasco, of course. I mean, it's a lot, but I don't even remember everybody. But it's just been a lot of time in between, and people always walk up like, you don't remember? I'll be like, nah.
That's a good thing though, because I know for me and people I've talked to that have put it into the culture, have their footprint on the culture. They say if you can remember all the people you helped, you probably haven't done enough. You know what I'm saying? If you can just remember off the back, you haven't done enough, especially if you pride yourself on putting on, helping on, and it's what you do. It's kind of your niche, whether you walked into it, bumped into it, or you set out to do it, or it's by design. You can remember everybody you helped, you probably haven't done enough. But
I like that.
I asked them that because what does that mean going forward in the future? Like, is the Purple Fest going to be a platform or launch?
Block Party.
Purple Block Party. There you go. Purple Block Party. PBP. Purple Block Party going to be a launching pad for future creators.
So another reason I'm doing this, right? So it's a few reasons. So I always have these moments in music where I be like, fuck these artists. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Man.
Right.
But it's you have those moments. I mean, we know.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
You have all these moments when you're dealing with specifically music artists are just on another level of crazy.
Yes.
And so, and the thing about it is everybody don't make it. So sometimes you spend so much time putting into that person or that brand.
Yeah.
And then they either stop, they give up, or they blame you, or whatever the case. So for me, I got into a space where I'm like, first of all, I'm too far in my brand and too experienced to now just pick up any person that I'm working with.
Yeah.
Right.
So my thing was, that's number one. Number two, I also want to pick and choose what artists I want to work with. And because I have now I'm working, in different industries within PR outside of music. Now I have the choice to say, okay, I want to work with this particular artist or this artist. So now it became, Purple Block Party was literally designed for me to stop working with artists.
I ain't asked that at all. There you go.
Is that, no, sorry, I don't have time. Sorry.
Let me put it in context. I figured I would be better. This would be a better
way for me
to work with them.
Feel that.
And where it would be more beneficial.
Feel that.
Whereas
Less
I ain't got
on you.
Exactly. And so having to create a platform versus, hey, I gotta call you every day. Like now I want to still work with them, but I want it to be in a different way.
I like speaking from that standpoint for real. I remember when I first took the job at Promontory, I remember having that thought. Like, cause at first, nobody even knew Promontory existed.
Yeah.
Like, nobody even knew it was a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I took a crazy pay cut, like went from a salary job with insurance and benefits to $13 an hour, right?
Oh, shit.
And we didn't even have, like the schedule that y'all see now, we didn't have that. We had like 2 shows a week. So it wasn't even like a 40-hour schedule most
I remember you
weeks,
told me that
right?
shit. I'm like, man, bro, I don't know about that shit.
What you do with your free time, bro? For
But
real.
what I remember about that
The
moment,
benefits, man. Just so much more comes with it.
but no, what I remember about that time is the same thing. Is I do remember saying to myself, like, this is a blank slate. And I'm the only one in the door.
Yeah.
And so I want to continue to work with artists, but like you said, I don't want to have to do shows to get paid. I don't want to have to be on stage to get paid. This allows me not only to support myself in the business, but I can now program here.
Yeah.
I can now identify this is who we should be booking. This is what kind of shows, and these are the shows we're not gonna do. No, leave those out. let those go somewhere else. But being able to be in that space where you are curating is that's what creates like that Dave Chappelle block party feel. You know what I mean? Like people know that they can trust whatever you're bringing to the table has been curated. You're not just throwing people on because they got popular names or because somebody sent them to
I'm
you.
not like, it's that whole idea of, you know, this person paid me, so I gotta do, you know, like what if they don't fit?
Yeah. Or if they burn your shit down.
Exactly. Right. And that's the thing. So for me, it's like, this is literally gonna be my main contribution when it gets to that point.
Yeah.
This is going to be my contribution, and I want to travel with it. So I don't want to just do it in one city. I want to I want to always be able to go to different neighborhoods that don't get access to these type of events and things like that. So it's something I've been thinking about literally, like I said, for the last 9 years. So it's been a lot of, you know, experience. Like I'm learning a lot, but like a lot of like people was like, I don't have like booking the artist, doing that shit was like that was
a couple phone calls.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. It's the back end of it, and I think that's why a lot of black people aren't in that other part of that world. One, we don't have the resources because we don't have the money for somebody to say, hey, here's $50,000 or $100,000.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a risk on you, or you got a rich parent. We don't have that, so that's why we're not in those spaces.
And the patience. It takes you have to be on time with applications. You have to follow through with things. You have to have a patience for the type of shit that comes your way. I mean, it's to your point. I think that at the end of the day, to be a producer of something is to really take on like the real weight of it.
Yeah.
But then if you do it well, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody shows up. They have an amazing time. Nobody has any idea how hard it was. That's when you know you did a great job.
Yeah.
Because when it's all spiraling out of control, everybody know who did a bad job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I gotta transition.
All right, it was close, motherfucker. It was close.
Hey, in this space of music, man, California, I guess I would consider them a very, very liberal state.
Absolutely.
And they're passing a bill where they can't use artists, aka the Negroes, the urban music rappers or whatever, can't use their lyrics against them in a court of law, right? Mm-hmm. Based on this, who was that?
As they should pass that law.
Young Thug and Gunna, right?
Right.
It hasn't passed yet, but what's y'all thoughts on that?
I think it's wonderful, bro. I think it's wonderful. It's about time because no other genre of music, and they commit crimes as well. They do a lot of wild shit, kill a bitches. You know what I'm saying? Put them in blue barrels. That's something totally different. But they do all kinds of wild shit, DUIs, all this stuff, bro. And when they go to court, their credibility is never questioned through the music they've put out.
That's true.
But let you be a young black man or young black woman, you go to court. It's like, well, he said this and this song. He said, I'll spin the block and spin you around. Now, mind you, the court don't know what the fuck that means. They got to hire somebody to interpret
right,
that
so
shit.
who is the nigga interpret? Because that's what it is.
Right.
Because
You know what
that's
I'm
my
saying?
question. I know we ain't supposed to say that word.
But that's a real thing,
in
though.
my brain, I'm like,
Yeah.
who's to say that?
Who's translating?
Who certifies me
What if he did?
as a Bible?
Let me switch one time real quick, though. Because language changes so fast now.
True.
Because Glizzy was a gun, and the next time it was a hot dog. I'm looking like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? So now, who to say when I said what I said is used against me, I meant it in that way.
But what about I think that's one part. When when the language is actually creative, right? Like, let's be clear.
And speaking shorthand now,
These cats
too.
are saying, I shot John Smith in the forehead on 37th Street.
Hit him with the switch.
It's not a creative
hit him with switch on
spin.
47.
No, I shot him. I pumped 5 bullets in his
literally
brain,
said that.
and
He said,
then he
okay.
leaked out on the street. Like, they're saying specific things, right?
Right.
So
They just dumb.
But here's the thing, though, right? And
That's
y'all
just
know
dumb.
my opinion on this is very different. I think that the law is using rap, and they're invoking race through using rap as a scapegoat, because this is not only going to apply to rap albums. This is anybody's written or recorded creative work. So when we think about the January
like a
6th,
TikTok,
social media
anything.
well, think about what's going on right now, right? Like they're still prosecuting
Dragging
and
their feet
trying
too.
to find out if Trump or who these people were who were tweeting about taking over the Capitol, if they should be, like, if that was
Tried.
illegal, right? And so if this kind of thing passes, that establishes precedent
That's your
for
word right
them
there,
to
boy.
say, oh, okay, well, they were using their creative speech in their creative Twitter world or whatever.
But
So-
what happened to freedom of speech though?
Well, I'm not.
It never was such a thing, to be honest with you, to me.
Because now that's what
You got it though, bro.
Now you're questioning whatever whatever those amendments and what the United States of America
Right.
It's based
corporation
on, yeah.
was based on.
Allegedly.
So now
been catfished.
yeah,
The whole time.
like it changes a lot.
I think that there's, and my take on this is deeper too, is because I love rap. I've loved hip hop my whole life, but never as a
This is
teacher.
brown sugar.
It's never
yeah.
sat.
It's
It's never sat well
Got the
with
hat
me that the music that's most popular, the music that's
don't wanna
most
laugh.
popular.
Laugh, motherfucker.
No.
That hat is so trash.
He's trying to get his point across. Let him get it. He got the hat on. Let him get his point across.
Right, the thinking hat.
Looking like the Lincoln lawyer. Get out of here, man. Come on.
Get him.
But no, it's never sat well with me that these industries make the majority of their money in the urban rap markets
Yep.
by selling black kids,
Trauma.
selling death, drugs,
Yeah.
destruction to black kids. And
Yeah.
so for me, this is a way to protect their investment so that they can continue to let shorties from
Oh, wow.
Chicago talk about killing people, specifically promoting that, and they make money. And so if Gunna goes to jail, Thug goes to jail for 20
It's an
years.
example.
They just lost $2 million.
Lots of money, yep.
Yeah.
That's an investment. They don't give a fuck about Young Thug and Gunna. They don't give a fuck about them as
YSL.
people. They
Nope.
are an investment, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's never sat well with me that they make so much money off of that type of material, and it's specifically promoted to our kids, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I see it as I don't know. When you study law, you find out that it's never what's on the paper; it's what's not on the paper.
Well,
The law is about what's not on the
It
paper.
actually says the law would require courts to hold that such evidence offers minimal value unless the state can show that the expression was created near in the time of the crime. Right?
So he said it, but it's not really what he meant. It's not who he is.
Well, they would have to prove
saying?
that the crime, like if he said I shot so and so on 47th Street at 11 o'clock,
Right.
they would have
If
the
it
crime
includes
would
factual
actually have to
detail.
happen at
Yep.
that time.
In that time.
It would have to be.
I think
close
the
to
only
that.
time I remember a non-black person.
Sorry, 47th Street.
I remember
got nothing
lyrics
against
being used
y'all.
in
I
court
know
against a
15
non-black
people
person.
need to
Give a fuck about you 47th Street. Y'all trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Y'all get on past for me. You know.
What they
Shit.
do to you, man? But go ahead though.
Man, Southside, we got some trauma, man. We got some fucking trauma. You know what I'm saying? But
Serious.
Go back.
I remember
Slavery
a
days.
while ago. Matter of fact, some trauma calling me now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Fucking that's real shit. But I remember a while ago
Got neighbors.
in the courts they used Tupac's lyrics against somebody that wasn't black and said because he was in the Tupac, he committed such a crime.
Right,
Under
right.
when Dan Quayle was high up and a name to know in the political
Right.
circuits and shit.
Yeah.
Dan Quayle hated Tupac.
No,
they tried,
yeah,
they
there
tried
was
to get strictly for my N-word ban. So this
Wow.
young white guy committed a crime and they say he did it because he was in the Tupac
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah.
That's the only time I remember.
So
but
they
it's-
blamed it on
Well, that was back when they were.
Exactly.
That was back when they were trying to ban 2 Live Crew. I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Era.
what I'm saying. This
How
is not
could
a
you
new
ever ban
conversation.
Too Live?
Right.
It's not a new conversation, right?
I'm with you.
But there is that part.
Put 'em on the
Public
class.
radio is a space where you can't control. I'm telling you, I've been in my classroom at 7:30 in the morning while students are pulling up in front.
And
My
they're
window
listening.
is open, and whoever their older brother, uncle, auntie, or mama in some cases
That's
is
crazy.
banging. You know what I mean? I shot a driller, motherfucker. Woo, bah, 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 bah. And you got a 6-year-old who been sitting in the backseat of this
Listening to
car
that.
on the way to school. So now when the 6-year-old comes in and I want to drill a motherfucker, hey, excuse me, you can't use that kind of language.
Facts.
Fuck you talking about, fam?
Right, bro,
Who the
Joe.
fuck is you talking to? So it creates
ASL.
Yeah.
a space that we got to be. I mean, it's already too late.
So
Ain't
is
shit
it,
you could do about
is
it.
it safer when somebody pulls up playing Genuine in front of kids?
No, yeah, that was
Yeah, it is.
This man pulled up to a high school to pick me up and had his windows down.
Playing
Why
So Anxious?
the high school kids is leaving playing So Anxious? 100%
Low-key, I was.
Genuine. Just
my
loud
shit.
as hell. Like,
You pulled up to a school to pick up a man. Oh God!
high
I
school.
was in
Right
my
while
car.
it's letting
You
out.
petty as hell, though.
All the kids outside.
I just want to make sure I can see it.
I was in my car by myself. Now, by the time he got to the
But you
car,
picking
I had
him
already
up.
So
Yeah, it was
I'm
bad.
R&B thug at heart. Which one
What
is
time you get
that?
out? Pick them up at
Yeah, it's like 3:30.
4:30.
Yeah, everybody pick them up at 4:30.
Anyway, man.
I love it when you're teaching dirty.
Yeah,
Trying
get
to
your
get me
jokes off.
super cancer.
So, you know,
That day was funny as hell. We had to shoot the show that day, right? That shit was funny as fuck, bro.
are y'all done?
That shit
Are
was
y'all done?
horrible, man.
He like get off my,
Yeah, y'all
get
done?
off my music.
Sorry, man.
Basic bad decisions.
BBD. That was the whole group.
Again, okay, in Chicago, we have everything going on in the summer. We just had this air and water show that Abasi was a part of. I don't know if he was flying a jet
Today
or
too, right?
I don't know.
Today is Sunday, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
today?
Sunday.
August
Oh my
You know how
God.
fast we've been living there?
Oh,
Nobody
Lord.
knows the goddamn day.
7 days.
It's been
We're
that's
good.
why I'm nervous.
Yeah, you know what? I enjoy when the air and water show come every year, man, because the
You
adults,
go?
huh?
You go?
I work it now. I used to go. My dad
Okay.
used to take us as kids,
Okay.
and that was the highlight of our summer, man. Go watch it. Get there early. We was broke, so we take a blanket, lay
Of
way back. You know what I'm saying? And watch the planes fly, the helicopters. We go 2 days out of the 3, but now I'm older. I get paid for shit I used to do for free as a kid. Obviously, now it's time to make money off everything.
Yep.
So now we do security for wink wink. We do security for the air and water show.
I was like, how do you secure jets? They in the fucking air.
Exactly, but you know when you get a bunch of
That is. That's a good
sell
question.
on them. It's a boat
a good
construction.
question.
It's a boat restaurant on a bar and grill on North Avenue
Yeah.
and Lakeshore Drive. Cass,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh,
They
that used
sell-
to be my spot.
That's the shit. Now, look here. Let me plug you. Come on, I got you. They sell that joint out every year for 3 days. The smallest ticket is like $2,500 to sit on the goddamn
What?
boat and look at something.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm not bullshitting you. So
Castaway?
Castaways. It's prime real estate to see that shit.
It is, yeah, because it's right there.
They
That's the
they
main.
fly
That's
back
the
and
main
forth,
space.
back and
in
forth.
North Avenue Beach.
You ever
plane?
seen rich white people just
Yeah,
get
I'm
too
cool
fucked
on
up?
that.
Yeah,
I'm cool on
all
that.
the
That's why you
time.
need security.
All the time. That's why I like. That's why I like working backstage.
You said have we?
Ever seen rich white people just get super fucked up?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we all have.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
It's like, dude,
That's why I like working
fuck out
backstage.
my
I don't have
face.
to deal with that
The only
shit.
reason I brought that shit up is because A, I hate that shit. That shit was dumb. I don't give a fuck about watching
don't
the
like-
plane.
you don't
I
like
mean, that's stupid. Who cares?
air and water. What's
I
going
want to
on
breathe
here,
air,
sir?
but I don't want to watch a plane. I don't care. Stupid, right?
I will say that shit is annoying
you
as
don't
hell
like
when they
it?
be practicing.
It's
cool.
cool.
That's
No.
cool,
It's
man.
cool.
Like, look.
You had to see
But
it
it
at least
ain't-
once as an adult, bro.
Yeah.
Why?
If you ain't never been to the actual
bro,
show,
come
have
on,
you ever
man.
been on the lakefront when
As
it's
a
happening?
kid, I'm sure, yes.
Oh, yeah, as a
But-
Yeah,
He
as a
didn't even
kid,
say. He said, "I'm sure," which means I don't know.
Which
I'm
means
sure.
no.
he don't remember because it wasn't memorable.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me as a kid.
Like somebody you
I'm cool
slept
on
with and his pussy wasn't good. It's not memorable.
I'll
Just
tell
like
you.
that.
It's a good point.
Okay, that's a very specific example, but
Absolutely.
But
No,
the only
it's-
reason I brought it up is because the leader of Englewood nonprofit, he was given the hero flight on Thursday, right? Thought it was kind of cool. He's doing a lot of stuff in the community.
Why is that
right?
cool?
It is, right? Because he's highlighting
From the
people
back of the bus to the back of the airplane.
Oh wow.
Oh, good point.
Negro
But-
Douglas.
He's like next.
Come on, man.
but I'm saying I'm highlighting him because of the work that he does with his nonprofit in Englewood, helping these kids out. All right, so his name is
Who would love to see the Air and Water
Patel
show.
Perkins. All right, it's called Think Outside the Block. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Which is the beach watching the air and water show.
yeah.
Okay,
Outside
cool.
the block.
Outside the
I
block,
mean,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I
Great.
watched
dope.
it last year on the boat. It was amazing.
Fix your eyebrows, man.
No, it's not for me, man.
Well, see, if it's on a boat, that's different. See, that's a little different.
Yeah, the boat is great because
Yeah.
you see. I mean, the
Well,
jets.
I
when
ain't
they,
never been invited to none of these.
Hey,
Well,
Look,
now,
I love the boat.
yeah, no, we gonna do
I
one
wanna
before
own one
before the
eventually.
season is out.
I
you
just
got
need
it.
one.
You
I
gonna
just
have
need
the
to get a
purple
boat.
block party on the boat one.
No.
Exclusive.
No.
No, that's
No.
dangerous.
Elite
I don't
clientele
want
only.
nothing to do with work. No,
Yeah, like Black
that's,
Scene.
that's for me to relax.
We just look. We
Oh,
just
there you
had
go.
Black Scene last weekend,
Yeah.
right? It was like the all black boat owners go out there, tie up. I'm never doing that.
Now,
shit.
is there like a-
it was a great event. I'm personally too old. I've gotten to that point
Yeah.
now.
Is there a
It'd be
section
too
for like
much.
light skinned or dark skinned people just all one boat area?
No, definitely not. No, real shit. It's an amazing
Wait,
event.
so you just rent? You actually was out in the
Out here
sun?
pimping.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Why
I-
it don't look
And he's
like
still
it?
clear, right?
Well, first of all,
You petty.
it was
You are
not.
super petty.
It was not
I'm not
sunny.
dead. It was.
It was
you
not
right,
sunny.
It was.
It was
He been out
very,
there all
it was
summer,
very
though. Stop.
overcast.
You have
It
been out
there
there
actually has
for
not
pretty
been
much
sunny the
straight.
most of the days I've been out there, though.
This is the
Honestly.
second hottest summer in the last 30 years.
No, last summer
we
was
gotta
great.
do something about that.
Pope, tink, tink.
Enough about my melanin right now.
Hey, look,
Long as you got it.
do y'all care about the Blues Brothers? Was that a thing for y'all?
I care about. I
'Cause
care about.
they have a convention out in Joliet. I think it's good. We even
It's a movie though.
Yeah,
I care about white people who always try to relive
Blues
shit that,
Where
that
did
was
that
never
shit
real in the
come
first
from?
place.
It
They
was the
love
movie.
doing that.
It was the movie.
I know it was a fucking movie. Where did the question come from?
Because I'm trying to figure out, do we care about the Blues Brother convention in Joliet?
No.
No, we care about
Why-
the purple
why
block
would- why
party.
who
We
gives
do.
a fuck?
Okay, cool. Just ask.
We just
But
care.
let
We
me
care
tell you
about
this,
the
though.
purple block
Like
party.
this is
That's all
the
we care
crickets and
about.
Tweety Bird shit I'm talking about. Like,
You got Blue Brother hat on though, dog.
that would have been a better answer for why he asked
Thank
that
you.
question.
Thank you. Hey, listen here, man.
You stupid dog.
You know what? See, this is the problem. When you've been gone, and then you come back like you just been here
my
and
drink
you
out,
just putting down for the team. You got too much material, right?
Oh yeah,
You
that's
got way
facts.
too much material.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not gonna be combative with you today.
Okay, all right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just
Stop.
stop asking
Can we take
questions about
hey,
meaningless
let's
shit.
just take a time out for a second. While you were gone, sir, I'm glad you're here. While you were gone, after last show, Armand and I procured ourselves 2 seats at the 16th Street Bar. Okay, we did. Walked to the establishment. We talked to Jonathan
Shout out to
Swain.
Oriel. He graduated,
Had
or he
a
passed
great
the bar.
Conversation with him about the past election. Okay, we went to the bar to have a few beverages. You know what I'm saying? A few libations. We have the industry discount there. Whew, thank y'all very much, 16th Street Bar. A conversation
Sponsor.
started about
Thank you.
hair. And what is
Don't
good
say
hair and what is bad hair.
That's definitely not good hair.
So he said, take your hat off.
Henceforth,
Take your hat off. All right, do you all right now? So we got the conversation about hair, right? And I realized I have been neglecting my friend's feelings, his needs, his mental health. Because in recent weeks, we had several shows, and we discovered that he wished he had hazel eyes at one point. This is on the record, okay? Hazel
not
eyes.
the truth, man. But go ahead.
And
Wait, he's talking about you?
Yeah.
Amon's name should have been Sean, according to him.
Oh, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
And his hair is curly, and he wants to have good hair. I think his hair is full of product. But my thought process went here. I was like, fam, you want to be an IG model. So bad. Light skin, pretty eyes, good hair.
Definitely sounds like
You
you
do
short
the,
bio
he
on
do
the
the
IG
duck lips
page.
already, though.
Yeah, the duck
He's
lips is
ready.
ridiculous.
I'm sorry for neglecting you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
he
It won't
trying
happen
to
again,
fix
brother.
his lips.
That's
It won't happen
yeah.
again, brother.
Yeah.
Look here.
Yeah,
They just got you down to a science. huh?
Yeah.
that's too
I'm
bad.
sorry, y'all. Time out over.
Had to point that out.
That was definitely a timeout.
And other news, okay. The
Random.
Chicago cop that put his knee on the young
Fuck
man.
him. Sergeant too. Fuck it, man.
Sergeant from Chicago, he got fired.
He
and
was a
charges,
sergeant?
Yeah,
Yep.
and charges are being brought about him. We talked about him some episodes ago.
He deserves that,
yeah,
man.
for
this,
sure.
This is why you should.
And it was swift too.
Look
They didn't
before
play
you
no
leave.
games.
Yeah.
Look before
Can't
you
no
act,
more.
bro. All the
Come on
time.
now.
Yeah.
A lot of cops get mad at me because, yeah, I got a uniform like y'all, but I'm not like you motherfuckers.
Right.
I know where I'm from. I might be one of the most fucked up black apologists you'll have out here. I get try to get black folks a pass for everything, man, because we've been through so much in our history, but now's the time to step forward. And they have these police shootings and these different cases going on, and police get together and they get cigars and drinks and be agreed. I be looking like, fuck y'all, all y'all wrong.
Right. But
Yeah.
not
You know
only
what I'm
that, but I mean, even as a professional, right? Like, you got to understand the climate you are in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah.
doing you. Like, that's the type of
But
thing that's
also-
definitely going to get you fired.
That's why I'm not worried about him.
The trauma that an adult
Right.
seen, just looking at like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, you're inflicting this on a kid?
Yeah. And you seem totally okay with that.
And
too.
that was hate. That
like,
was
you
hate.
seem
That
totally
was
okay
pure
with that.
hate.
Yeah.
You're doing this to a child. Like, take out the color.
Right.
This is a child.
14
Right.
years old.
Yeah.
Like, it had, like, first of all, you mentally, morally, you have no morals.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Even
Yeah.
if, how about this? Even if it was hate, and because of the age, remember this, fam, you're an adult. Kids do kid things. Adults are in place for a reason, just like rules and shit, man. Be
Yeah.
the adult in the situation sometimes. The kid was actually doing nothing wrong.
And if your life is not being threatened,
Don't
like,
worry
that's the
about
other
it.
part. Like,
Take your phone and call 911.
Yeah.
We have to stop this. And I say we, when I speak about police, because I want this to resonate in the police community, bro. You see why motherfuckers look at us and hate us because of little shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's so unnecessary. I have to suffer with people I used to know and fuck with in different communities I work in. Now you look at me, my skin don't get a pass no more.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
y'all been out here fucking up.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all been fucking up. OT, man, you cool, Joe, but we ain't got nothing for you today.
Right.
I'm like, all right, man, look here.
Yeah.
Y'all stay safe, take care of the
He
kids.
said I had
Right.
products in my head, correct?
products?
Yeah, he said I had products in my head. You see that drip of gray that's
Yeah.
coming down?
It's called leave-in conditioner, bro.
Oh, it's definitely. You definitely
I want to point that out. So
Was it
I'm
the
not
camera?
sure if you're transitioning, if this is the
He's back to see.
honeycomb.
He been thinking
shit
about
going
that.
on.
He been thinking about
No, I
that.
just looked up. It's okay.
No, he did. He did. There's
It's
a,
fine.
there's
I've been
like-
sweating this shit the
it's
whole
like
time.
So you actually have
Wood
products.
dry.
When you wear your hair out, you have to use leave-in conditioner, but you don't know because your product is so set in your fucking hair. Every curl's been the same since 1996. 95 I met him in Miami, he had the same haircut. No curl has moved. Bree, you understand this?
No
You might be
curl
right
left
about
at all.
that.
And he be on the court.
Bree, don't do that.
You might be.
He be on the court hooping, curl don't even move. It's
That's hilarious.
Jermaine Jackson hairstyle having that, boy.
Hey man, and
Jermaine Jackson.
Jermaine shit don't move.
The hair show.
oh shit.
Wow.
What are y'all thoughts on
Ken, they
the
took the hat
Columbus
off yet, though.
statue not coming back and being removed, and other statues throughout the
Wait,
city?
what happened? What
So
was
they're petitioning to have this Columbus statue removed.
Oh, it
brought
hasn't been.
back.
I thought they've
Well,
been.
bro, yeah,
I was
not
gonna
brought
say
back,
they've been
not brought
took
back.
it down.
Right.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring it back, and then
Who is they?
The Italian
Them
community.
people.
Yeah.
I ain't mad.
That's why I'm
That's
like,
their
who-
culture.
who-
That's
That's
their
their
their heritage. But to bring that back is to slap everybody else in the face that history has told y'all. It's been proven. The man really did nothing. He didn't do what y'all say he did.
Yeah.
No, he
didn't
did
do
a
that.
lot
He's a
of
slave owner,
yes.
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So why you
He-
walking
yeah.
up there? But see,
You gotta know your history,
That's
though.
American catfish. See, that's American catfishing everybody fucking else. We don't get to the topic yet. They catfishing us in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Columbus didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Columbus Drive was pretty good to take, you know what I'm saying, in the evening time though. It's pretty.
I mean, he
What's
was
that?
a major hero
Columbus Drive, leave
to
that motherfucker
Spain and,
Yeah.
and those countries because he brought them
Yeah.
access to these resources that they
Yep.
still have
Have
full
now.
fucking control and power over.
To
So
this
he was
day.
a superhero
To them.
To
to
them.
them.
Right.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for us that we our role to play in that was building the shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then having to be, murdered and fucking beat to shit all the
Free
time.
trip
Like,
we didn't want. Yeah.
Right,
That's
and in
it's
between
a
that,
small inconvenience for them.
and all the shit he did to the Native
Yeah,
Americans. Like
absolutely.
he literally took each the Native American. Like I mean, shit. He had to be a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a
to
question.
get a
though.
statue.
Like
Yes,
you had
gotta
to. But no, what I'm saying is to come into a whole different country, take
And eliminate
resources,
motherfuckers.
slaughter, rape, give diseases. And then take the resources and go back, and then come back like, you know what? I ain't done.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me go
more.
get these.
Double
Matter of
up.
fact, I'm gonna go
He
over
spent
there.
the block for real.
And
Right.
I'm finna, yeah.
He spent the block for real.
And then he brought that. So what kind of monster?
Exactly.
You have to be.
Exactly.
It's capitalism, baby.
I ain't gonna lie.
All about that
Out of all these
desire.
statues and places I've been, I was kind of in awe looking at Lady Liberty, as they would call her. I was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very nice statue to look at. It was on a boat. Do y'all have any favorite monumental statues y'all seen? Came across?
Favorite?
None? Memorable? None?
I'm trying to think. 'Cause
Jordan.
I go. Actually, I do.
Shut the front
The
door.
DuSable
I
joint.
mean,
Jordan.
Shut.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was in Greece, I just went to Greece. Not this past year, but last year.
Flex.
And I went to. You asked about statues. I was in Greece.
Facts.
But I would say the Temple of Poseidon was dope. And the reason why it was really dope is because you could first of all in Greece, wherever the sun sets is beautiful. So like the sun sets, that's why people love Greece so much. But specifically the Temple of Poseidon was amazing because it was up on a huge ass mountain, and it was the sun from over there was great. But really majority of the statues I seen in Greece. I did the Parthenon. That was beautiful. Like it was dope. Like, so I would say, if we talking now, what I
Get your
did,
bag up like her. Go to Greece. Look at them statues. All right.
yeah, you should.
Absolutely.
But this the thing. What I didn't see a lot of was a lot of like I didn't go to the museums and see the Greek gods and all that
yeah.
shit.
So the Temple of Poseidon, is that the god of the
was a
sea,
god.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was right over water.
Show off.
It was right over. I mean,
That's dope.
it was just like, and that was the last place that I went in Greece. Like that was one of the last things I went and seen when I was out there. But it
How was the food?
actually the food was decent.
Any gyros or there's just some Americans? that
They got gyros.
The real gyros, though.
Now look, they put
The
fries in
gyros.
their gyros.
Yitos.
Did you what?
They put
Fries.
fries in the gyros, so you get
Interesting. That
yeah.
sounds hood as shit. It's so
It
good.
was so hood though. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I was like,
Sir,
wait
they
a
don't go in there, sir. No, no, sir.
Right, they looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with you?
I had to try that though.
But nah,
Yitos.
the gyros was actually good, of course. But I mean, honestly, I still think Chicago gyros.
We got
is
great
better.
food.
Man, look.
Great food.
The more I travel, the more places I go, the more I realize Chicago definitely is
appreciate it.
Bougie,
Yeah.
spoiled on the
Food bougie.
food.
We
And-
are.
and it really is. It's at the point now where like my like third tier restaurant is like 5 stars compared to some cities, man. It's like it's really spoiling actually.
Yeah.
We are spoiled.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask you this then, Bree.
Ask it then, bro.
What are your thoughts on the WNBA? Being a woman, do you even care about WNBA?
Actually, I mean, I haven't been to a game yet, so I can't really say. But I'll tell you this: like, I'm definitely pro woman all day. But I love the fact that, and the women I think play harder than the dudes.
Interesting.
Meaning,
yeah.
like they have
actually
to.
kinda true.
They have to. What I have heard
NBA is pretty soft
is that
nowadays.
a lot of the women games are more exciting than the NBA games. Now I've heard that from multiple people.
sure.
That go
You
to
don't agree
games.
already.
He think he
can
beat every WNBA player. In the
I'm only
WNBA.
asking.
What? How?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was nice.
Exactly.
But
I think you need to try that. I would love to see you get your ass whooped.
He's never gonna do that.
In
That's never happening.
basketball?
He won't. He doesn't own one. He doesn't own a basketball.
look at this guy.
So
This
it's
guy
just-
couldn't
there's
wait
no
to get
chance.
back.
Their argument 80 episodes old. It's still good though. They already just 80 episodes ago.
Damn.
I'm only asking because there was a young lady that made the all rookie team, and she only played a total of 4 some odd minutes and average, not even a whole point. So I'm just trying to
Not even a
understand.
whole point?
Truth though.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do you
trying to
mean not a
understand.
whole point?
She did 0.4 points a game is what she
Oh,
averaged.
that's her average.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
And I don't want to throw any hate or slander on her, but I'm just
hate,
trying to
it's
think
what
about
the
the
fuck it is,
level
bro.
of the WNBA and what it means and how much they actually put into the WNBA. And it just seems like
They
it's
don't
not
put
working
first of
enough
all.
for me.
The NBA don't put that much into the NBA, the
Yeah,
WNBA.
they don't.
That's for sure.
Right.
The resources that the women have is nowhere compared to the
I agree.
NBA.
Yeah, they still flying
Yeah.
coach. You didn't see that shit the other day? Like last
Yeah,
week?
they're still
terrible.
flying
The-
coach.
one of the for the
Yeah.
playoffs, the team was stranded because they all were on a coach flight. They don't have their
Yeah.
own plane.
But so let's keep it a buck. Does that, to me, only that means that the league isn't that exciting. The
No, that
league,
doesn't mean that.
to me, right? If you can't get enough backing,
doesn't
you
mean
can't
it's
get
not
enough
gener- it's not
capital,
generating enough revenue,
can I
bro.
talk? What I'm saying
revenue
is,
thing, bro.
it just means to me that many people aren't interested. Is what I'm saying.
There's some. Look,
I
there's,
don't think
there's
that's the
some
case.
truth to that.
Okay.
No, there's.
I'm gonna tell you,
basic supply and
it
demand,
is,
though, right?
It
Basic
is,
supply and
but
demand.
but think about again. It just goes
We gonna say
back
the
to
same
like
thing.
consistency and longevity. NBA been around forever. Like duh.
Boom. Now think that. Because remember in the early stages,
Okay.
cats would play
That's
NBA
true.
games and have to go work regular fucking
That's
jobs.
a good point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They weren't
So-
getting paid shit in the beginning either.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
Takes
just
time.
it's just part of growing.
But
like,
the argument that people
Okay.
make is that the NBA does have those resources now, and that
Yeah.
they can use more resources to elevate the game, to make it more interesting,
they?
right?
Of course they can.
But here's what I'm going to say: I do think that, you know, this is where it really is tough because you have what you care about as a person versus what business is. And same thing we were just talking about with the Purple Block Party,
Yeah.
right? It's like, do I want to just do a festival where everybody can come for free and I ain't got to have no data? And fuck yeah, right? But that's not how this shit really works, though,
Yeah.
right? Like I have to actually make real business decisions,
Yeah.
so that it's even here, right? So I do think that there's a key element to when you talk about anything that is business based, and bottom line is WNBA is a product.
It is.
Right?
It's not
And
returning.
Their employees, right?
Thank you. I
They
said-
are
I said
employees.
generating revenue.
And so the only way, if the NBA were to pour, you know, let's just say they doubled the WNBA budget, whatever it is, right? They double it. And it doesn't sell, then the immediate return on that is, oh, we're canceling this whole situation.
Yeah.
Right? So it does mean, I think, in some ways that you have to keep, I didn't say have to, but I understand why, from a business standpoint, if you're putting this amount of money in something and it's not producing enough money for itself to exist and grow, then it's not the best business decision to just dump more money in it because people are salty.
Well, to add to that point, right? If the business isn't garnering any money in return, the flip side is you got 2 twins that play for University
fine, though, too. Weirdo.
UNLV, I believe, right?
The
They
Mendez
getting-
twins, something like that, though?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting NIL deals, right? And
They cold. They cold, though.
projected to make
And they
over
hoop, though.
$1 million.
That's a
right?
whole nother
So that's
part
a
of
whole
this.
nother audience that you can reach and get your bag.
But why-
Yeah.
Because technically, after the season's over,
You start
they
my
go
point for me.
overseas.
That's
You start
Yeah,
making my
they
point
do.
for me where you are.
Right.
But they project to make that money because guess what? They're being supported in their career outside of basketball.
Yeah, it's not
NIL,
the
shit like
it's
that.
not the NBA, right?
Tattoo shops make it because people love to get tattoos. Gyms are always going to be around because those that are like-minded and like lifting weights go to gyms. To me, the WNBA does not receive enough female support.
no.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
agree.
why?
You just
Why,
said you ain't go to a
why
game.
the fuck is the
Yeah.
Kardashians?
That's
you know,
why I said I
you
agree.
would tune in
Yeah,
at
I
8
got
o'clock every God to watch
Right.
Kardashians, Real
I don't watch them
Housewives,
bitches.
Love and Hip Hop. Not you, but you know, their
Me.
women
Damn
crowds,
bitches.
P Valley. They
bitches,
watch
yeah.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you
Everybody
can't
watch
tune
P
in
Valley.
to watch this.
I
You know what I'm
watch P
saying?
Valley.
If women supported the WNBA more,
I agree
this
with that.
wouldn't really
Now, I
be too big of a
100%
problem.
agree.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree with that. I think but I also think, I'm going to tell you why. When you have a man starting something that is women represented,
All right, preach. Come
it's
on.
a whole
True.
different thing. And that's the thing. Like, it goes back to everything. Just like the abortion laws, it's like you have men
True. That's
telling
crazy. That's
women
crazy.
what to do or what they should do or how it should look
Done right.
from a man's perspective. And so
Oh, she woke now. Come on.
But I thought the head
You get
of
what
the
I mean?
WNBA is a woman,
Yeah.
isn't it?
No, that voice.
But,
Isn't it-
but it being ran by a woman and how it started
And how it's supported,
you get what
yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
supported
Yeah, I got
by a male dominated
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
And great that you guys are supporting us.
Right.
But what does that look like from the lens of a man or even from the lens of a woman?
I think what's interesting though, and to both of your points, is like
Both your
last
points.
year the Chicago Sky. That was the playoffs. The Chicago Sky, right?
You are
But like last year, the Chicago Sky being in the playoffs, there was a lot of
Champions.
energy around it,
Champions.
right?
It
There
was.
people,
It was.
every bar I went to, that they put that game on, put
Yep.
that game on. They're in the playoffs now. They just bust somebody,
They
New York,
whooped 'em.
like by 40 points, right?
Whooped 'em.
But there's not the same 1 year removed. It's not the
Yeah.
same support. You don't see that same level of support
I think with
that
Chicago
was just
though,
last year.
So Chicago, we're a sports city. So
For sure.
So
I don't even
that's
know why.
that's the beauty.
you know why.
Don't get him
That the
started.
beauty of being from Chicago.
Right.
We are
Champions.
super sports. Like
Yeah.
we look, the Blackhawks win, like whatever, like we're
We there.
gonna get behind it.
Yeah.
True.
We like the party.
a lot of the that too. a lot of these other cities are just like Phoenix
Vacation
and
spot. That's a vacation
Like,
spot.
That's a
you
good
know
point.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's a
so
good point.
True
so
shit.
we do have a lot more support, probably more than a regular team.
Yeah, not these small market cities.
because
yeah.
it's not right because it's not in a small market, and so
Yeah.
I think. But again, to your point of not having that support, it's definitely like because I don't know I know people that go to the games all the time, but there is not a lot of support
not
like
the same,
it like
yeah.
Facts.
like they should be getting more support than the Bulls right about now.
They should. They better.
I mean, the Bulls even last year pulled up at their games during the championships,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
Chance made it a point to be with Candace Parker, right,
Yeah.
to support the
means be
movement.
with her.
But I feel like I don't see that same level of energy this year, and it's just 1 year later, and they still in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's but it's you have to shed light on those things
Why-
because
Yeah.
Chance married though, ain't he?
Yeah, he married.
what you
Why you
What they
trying
got
to be
to
with
do with
Candace
anything?
then?
Candace,
No, he was highlighting Candace.
Oh,
He's from
okay, okay. My bad. You
Chicago.
said be with him.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna-
what the hell?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, all right. I just want to know because again, I'm not.
We want them to succeed. We want y'all to succeed though.
Hell
But we just
yeah.
be realistic about things.
I'm not a
Absolutely.
fan of the WNBA. Let me, it's
Does
fine.
it make y'all mad that you got? Now I ain't trying to be funny. Now you have high school female ball players dunking.
No,
Everybody that played bad. You never want to dunk in your
I'm gonna
life.
say straight up.
Yeah.
I'm
You never
gonna
want to
say
dunk?
straight up. Yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
say straight
That
up
shit
though.
dope.
With the
Why you ain't asked me?
the
You want to-
See what I'm saying?
see exactly
From
Yep.
a man perspective. That's
But
fucked up.
PvP though, ain't no dunking at the PvP.
But
Oh God,
But
we
here's the thing.
started
I
it.
will say this: from the very first year of the WNBA to now, the type of basketball that these women play is so much
It is.
more. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, them first years was really,
shaky.
really
You
boring.
only had a few good things.
It was.
It was just boring
No, and
basketball.
that's- you know
Cynthia
what?
Cooper, Cheryl Swoops,
You
Tina
just made me
Thompson.
remember. I actually did used to watch the game.
Yeah, it was
and
like
that's why I
1950s,
stopped.
like
Damn.
two passes, two chest
No,
passes, and
it
then
was-
a jump shot.
no,
Like,
it was very-
not.
you're
Houston-
right.
It was not
Houston
exciting,
won
but
every
they-
year though.
But now, yeah, and
Cheryl Swoops,
but-
Cynthia Cooper,
but
Tina, they had
now-
everybody on the same team.
Bro, the way that
Right.
the
They
way
did.
that they hoop is like it's exciting to watch. It's really, really exciting basketball. It's fast. They got
But- and
handles.
that's what
The
I've been
handle game is
hearing.
crazy.
Yeah.
The handle
That's what
game
I've been
Dawn
is
hearing.
Staley was the first
Yeah.
person I
Yes.
was like, oh, I can watch this.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
her,
Like
bro.
she hooping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely it took a while, but yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then, Bree.
Ask her then, bro. Ask her then.
In your industry, did you find a lot of hate as being a woman and maneuvering? You know,
You
the
know
way
that
you-
answer.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
But I want you
We'll
to
talk
just
about it now.
Yeah, let's get into it because you now are a force to be reckoned with, right?
You know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm always looking forward so much that I don't even be
Worried about
thinking.
that shit.
I don't worry about that. But getting here to this point where I got to that point because put it like this. Being a female, well, y'all know because y'all seen. I was the only female in the industry that, like, I was the first hip hop publicist out of Chicago.
Talk about
Nobody
it.
was
Talk about it.
doing
Talk
hip
about
hop. Nobody wanted to touch rappers
Right. Yeah. True.
at all. Like, You got a joke?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I'm just
Nobody
saying.
wants
I thought I was
rappers.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering. But it was I'm a girl.
Yeah,
I can
so
say
it's-
that.
it's okay.
That's why he was waiting.
He can't
He was
turn
like,
it
I'm
off.
trying to think of something.
Yeah, he can't turn it off.
Couldn't think of nothing. He was
Fucking
like, oh,
radar.
she's a girl. But you know, I was the only person that was willing to work with them. And so I think even at the time, like it took a lot of, I didn't because I had the publicists that were all, you know, went to school for it and shit.
Right.
I didn't have a degree in PR. My
natural.
degree is in magazine journalism. So I didn't go to school for PR. Hip hop, doing PR and hip hop 15 years ago, they did not take me serious. Right. So I had to earn the respect of not only my male coworkers and counterparts and people I work with, but I didn't even have the respect of the PR world
Like community.
because
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have that support.
rough.
So I was literally in the middle. I literally remember like when I would pitch and, you know, send stuff to like, you know, TV, they would be like, we don't cover rap.
Right.
And it would be a black person telling me that.
Right.
And this was another person who worked with other black publicists. Never. And she would assume that everything I was pitching her had
Was gonna be
was
rap
cussing.
shit,
Like
yeah.
she just assumed it. And then as time went on, I think me and her like sat on a panel together. And literally after that, I think after she heard me speak, it changed. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did you think? What type
Yeah.
of person
shouldn't
do
have
you
took
think
that.
I
Yeah.
am? Because
Right.
I'm working with rappers. And it was like, so it took a lot of convincing, a lot of work, and even just professionalism. And then I think for me, I utilized social media as my benefit to kind of generate that respect, because once you start like making stuff go viral or people talking about it, it's different, because I had to literally fuse between journalism and the internet, and like it was a lot of like, I came from the time when I was a writer. My last article I wrote was on allhiphop.com and it was digital. Magazines was still
Still popping back
relevant
then.
when
Yeah,
I was
for
writing.
sure.
My last article that I actually wrote was online.
Right.
And back then, again, like the internet was...
Nobody was on that yet.
The
Almost still
internet
had
was...
dial up, really.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't... It was a lot of things that are so different. So I had to adapt every time. And so even going from a journalist to a publicist, I had to adapt to that, but then I had to learn the PR world a little bit more. I had to understand certain things that they all knew and nobody showed me the ropes.
Right.
So I had to feel my way through things, and I had to kind of just freestyle literally. But, you know, now you got all these young people that, you know, they want to be publicists and they want to do all these different things. But for me, it was different. So I literally just, you know, after a while, I don't know, I just kind of just did this and went, because I didn't have a lot. My support has always been my family. And so my family,
better support, man, right
you know
there.
what I'm saying? It was, but it still took some time for them to come on board. Like
Sure,
I told
yeah,
y'all, my
yeah.
mom,
They're not excluded,
when she
yeah.
finally seen me doing, like, she was like, oh,
Facts. Look,
You made an
got
intern,
it.
though.
all
I
jokes
did.
aside, all
That's
jokes
just-
and
aside,
I
great.
definitely did.
when I told my family that we were doing this podcast, it was a lot of, oh yeah, okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah, you get
okay.
that.
And then
Right.
and then it was it's that phone call where it's like 10, 20 episodes in, and they're like, hey man, my dad, hey man, I checked out the show, man. Man, that's some good
boys
shit,
all right.
right? Like it's like, oh well, thanks, man. Fuck, I only been telling you about it for, you know what I'm saying?
for 7
But
months.
yeah.
Like, thanks for all that confidence and faith in me, sir.
Right.
Yeah. And it took some time for me to get there. But I mean, even being from the West Side, like majority of the people in the industry, like that's in Chicago, are South. And again, like
True.
People didn't even know I was from the West Side. When I went to Columbia, they like, you from the West Side? I'm like,
Right.
yeah, nigga, what that mean? Like,
There's people out there, man.
There's-
Grass,
we're
trees.
we're smart. What are you
Yeah, we
talking
go to
about?
school.
But right,
We can read.
we get
Yeah.
degrees,
Right.
You know, so it's just one of them things. Like one thing I did have to learn as a woman in this industry was about like not getting in your emotions and being able to control
Talk that
that
shit.
and being able to really, you know, because I had to learn that. Like that was something that was very insightful, and that came from my guy friends, all my guys I worked with, you know, and they would tell me like, what?
The F word. Man, I swear to God, you are hitting on so many points. Yeah, I swear to God, I wish you was in some of these conversations before. We'll get there.
Oh yeah,
But it's one of those things where it's like I had to learn how to control my emotions. I had to learn how to not be so snappy.
Because an angry black man is okay. You can be Dame Dash, you can be P. Diddy, you can snap on motherfuckers, you can go crazy.
Irv Gotti.
Yeah, right. You can talk as much as you want as a black, but you can't be an angry black woman. That's a fucking no.
That's a stigma.
And then you got that. Then you got the whole, somebody always trying to fuck. But it's one of them things I never, after a while, I never like that I was like, don't even.
What was your outlets though? So when all was going on, it's not healthy to keep those things bottled in.
Yeah.
It'll tear you up mentally, your physical health. So what were some of your outlets then to deal with that? If you don't mind, Shan, if you don't want to
No, I'm laughing.
Y'all deserve to know then.
Nah. I used to rant on Twitter a lot. I don't know if people remember that.
I do, yeah. You were definitely,
You were like that?
Definitely, yep.
Man, look, let me tell you something. I had people calling me like, I know I owe you some money, but I'm gonna pay it back. Like they'll see me going off on Twitter, and they'll be like, "Oh man, here she goes."
Right.
Like you have today.
It's so crazy because I'm a very straight to the point person, but I'm also a genuine person. And I also understand when working with people. When they're paying you out of their pocket, but I also work my ass off. So for me, it's like either you want to do this or you don't, and it's okay if you can't. And so I would get a lot of artists that'll just not pay me. I mean, and it was some artists if I pull up my invoice system right now, I got about $60,000 in
still pending
out there, huh?
Pending of invoices.
If they owe you,
over the and I'm not even lying.
Right.
I can
Run
show
that
y'all
bread,
that.
man. Run that bread, man.
So and this is over the years of me having my business.
So most people go to therapy or smoke or drink or do yoga or Pilates or whatever, and you just want to go off on people, huh?
So it started with that, right? It started with ranting, right? I used to, and I never thought it was so natural. Again, that was my outlet. And of course, I would drink and smoke, of course, that was part of my job.
Right.
At that point.
Exactly.
But my outlets changed as I got older.
Good.
So for me,
Great.
I started therapy. So I started therapy during the pandemic. That was one thing. But even before that, I started doing a lot more, exercising and things like that. But for me, it was traveling.
Exercise.
So it was it was a lot of.
I'm on your heels, bro.
It was a lot of outlets, and so for me, it did change, and it also made me. So there's something I do this. Actually, I do this almost every weekend. I do at least one type of spa treatment every weekend.
That's what's up.
And I don't give a damn. I'm I need to do one with this
right,
shit.
If you don't love you, who the fuck will? You mentioned friends and fucking and not even together in the same thought, but you mentioned those two things, okay? So we've been having this conversation. Yes. Fuck y'all. And he needs his input too because he wasn't here on either one of those shows.
I saw it though.
You know what I'm saying? So we had a discussion.
I gave my 2 cents already.
There's a friend zone people are put in sometimes, or it's a label of friend zone, and he came up with something called the bro zone. Okay, because sometimes women call friends, and they're friends, and sometimes you call them brothers. I said there's a difference. He said there's no difference because you're not going to get any pussy in either zone. I said
you're
no.
not.
I say fam. In the friend zone, you have potential, and when I call you a bro.
It's over with.
It's done.
Yeah, dudes do not like that bro word. Y'all do not like
so she
that
agrees.
word.
You agree
I
with
agree
me.
too.
She didn't finish what I was explaining though. So you've never had, and I ain't trying to convince you. Your thought is your thought. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Like it is.
I whooped your ass on Instagram, bro.
It sound like it
I
is.
still got the receipts. But
Wait, what you say?
in the friend zone, though, what happened though?
Wait a minute.
Repeat what you said about his ass.
Go ahead. No.
Joking.
The friend zone, but
I didn't say that. I whooped your ass on IG. Whooped your ass.
Whoopsie. I didn't hear you talk
Whooped your ass on IG.
You
Yeah.
talk fast. It
Yeah,
sounds
sorry.
like
Y'all tried it. Very
I was just kinda like-
Very childish of all y'all. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Very childish.
Wait. So wait, just so I'm hearing your
Why you
point
just perk up
clearly.
like that?
Just so I'm hearing your
Chest out
point
sometimes,
clearly.
you know?
So you're saying that the friend zone, you still. So if a girl puts me in the friend zone,
Right.
you're saying that there's actually still some chance of me hitting that at some point, right?
Right.
If she puts me in the bro zone, it's curtains. That's what you're saying.
Right.
So I actually agree with that. But here's why. Because the moment I'm trying to make it clear to a woman that I'm not trying to fuck, I'm using sis. In the text. Good morning.
I love being right, bro.
sis. hey sis, happy birthday, right? If I don't use sis, then yeah, somewhere in the back of my mind, I might still have an inkling of a thought. Right?
Because you're a man though.
But it's also because like you said,
I think
but like in your
I want to hear from the woman.
Wait, one second. But the
Heard from a lot
one
of them on
part about
Instagram,
this
did.
though is that I also am a man in this industry.
Yeah.
And it is assumed that you want to fuck every woman. And so it's also early on, I want to
you
establish
got
that
sis
out
on, huh?
front.
Yes.
Hey, oh sis, it's really good to work with
Yes.
you.
You
got to,
I need
though.
to put that out there ASAP
Right.
so that
Business
for the
business.
boundaries.
so that we stay in the business frame, so that you're clear that I'm clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a difference.
I mean, this is what I'll say. I think
You never
so.
had a
Of
friend-
course,
friend?
bro zone.
It's over with,
obviously,
right?
yeah. But friend is tricky. It is tricky.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's
swear to
tricky.
God, I'm good. I'm good
It's
at this
super
thing.
tricky because,
Pause.
like, well, I'm over here thinking about. It is tricky. No, it is
It's
tricky.
tricky.
No, it is tricky because I had a situation where someone was my friend, and I just thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, he
Right.
was my friend. Wasn't even looking. I wasn't even looking at that guy. I wasn't even looking at him like
Boom.
that. And I don't even remember what happened, but.
Oh, shoot.
he
Oh,
you
kept-
remember- you
he-
remember
no,
that,
no.
though.
Well,
All
I
right,
do
bet
remember
it
what
up.
happened.
Yeah.
But he kept
We out west.
like
Bet it up.
he just kept asking me questions like this is I was
He Steve Urkel
I was
your
flirting
ass,
with
wore you
another
down.
dude. Me and this other dude was flirting like he just kind of started asking me like, did y'all ever
He
as
trying
a
to get
friend,
there. Right, right.
I'm talking to him
Right.
like my friend. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like, boy, why you keep asking me that?
Right.
Low key, I didn't know he was asking because he
Oh
was
yeah.
asking.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
And then,
That was
you
the
know,
high school move.
Yeah, but
Tell me all about your last guy. Yeah. Oh, he ain't doing that. That's
Fucking-
crazy.
fucking my
No.
But
lips.
yeah, so but right, and I'm so damn slow. I figured it out later.
Later.
I said, was he
taking
asking me them
notes.
questions? So it is a situation where you can cross over, and it has happened.
Yeah.
And it definitely depends on, I think, where that woman is in her life and if she's paying attention. Because I wasn't looking.
But
at
I also
him.
think it's got something to do with like proximity too, right? Because I had a homegirl back in the day. We were real
sneaky link over there,
friends,
huh?
right?
Sneaky
we
link.
met flirting. You know what I'm saying? And we were young or whatever, so it wasn't really like no sex shit going on. But then she went away to college. She was a couple years older than me. She went away to
Matured,
college.
grew up, came back, filled that bra out, hit some water.
So, but the thing is, we had
Stop calling her
spent-
sis immediately.
We were on
Hey, friend.
No, we were on the phone all the time. So our relationship was so constant
Right.
that the brotherhood sister thing was
that's
really close.
Good. That's
but
good,
I
though.
have been in that situation where the sis, 10 years go by, 11 years go by, you are a different person. There's
Yeah.
different shit going on in your life. And yeah, you like, man, we got history and all,
What's
but
happening?
we ain't never thought about this type of vibe.
Yeah,
so I do
it
think
has
proximity
to be,
has something to do
it
with
has
that
to
too.
be because it has to be that. I don't think it's not that. Sometimes I think from both ends, you're just not looking at that. You're not
As that,
seeing
right.
them as that.
True.
It doesn't mean that it can't happen, but I think it also just depends on who it is. Like, I got a friend right now, like, never, not a chance in hell. Like,
Right.
hell nah, bro. What you doing, bruh?
Right. Yeah.
Bro,
Right.
get on, go.
Yeah.
We no.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
Man, put your shoes on,
You don't
fam.
spend the night. You don't.
Like,
Get your feet on the couch, goddamn.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying? It's
You know
people.
what I'm saying?
It's definitely guys. I'm like, no, hell no.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like some of your female and guy friends, you be like, I know who you done already. Nah,
Knocked down,
I ain't-
right.
Yeah, that's
No,
that's
that's-
another
that's
part
the
of it.
thing.
man.
Public, all that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's another part of
it
it.
just depends on, I think, the city, like you said, it's proximity, it's timing, and it's also
Between
you
them two people.
seeing that
Yep.
person in a different light,
True.
and that don't always happen, but it can. It definitely will if
Okay,
it
all right.
makes sense.
I don't agree, but okay. You know what I
welcome.
mean? Because at the end of the
You're
day,
welcome, sir.
and I'm gonna close.
Stop
You
trying to
just
convince
might
her.
be lazy.
Stop trying to convince
Oh,
me,
he
bro.
definitely lazy.
I'm going to close on this. I think it's weird as a man if you're.
You finna lie. You finna lie, bro.
Listen.
Because you with a friend, that don't mean you sitting around waiting on this one girl. Go live your fucking life.
You finna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Go live your fucking life.
I feel like you're just waiting on
That's
opportunity.
stupid of you to think that, though, bro.
Not saying that you're not doing anything else,
But that's kind of lame.
Yeah, that is.
No, it is lame.
Nobody's doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe.
Because she your
I
friend,
think-
you not gonna date nobody else,
No,
talk to nobody else, or fuck nobody else, bro.
I do
Come
think
on, dog.
No, I
That's
do
crazy.
think there are people that do that. Don't
That's
get it
on them.
twisted.
And
I
they
know
go to jail
people.
shortly
I know
after.
people who will wait. You know what I mean for that opportunity. So really, you're a dirtbag. Really, it's just
Waiting for
Yeah,
sex is
yeah.
a dirtbag? shit?
No, he's like you're preying on it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah,
That's weird
that's
to me.
different,
That
though.
is very
weird.
weird.
That's not being a creep. That's nothing to do with the friend zone.
I don't think that's the standard.
all right. Okay.
That's
I think
misdemeanor
that's the
shit.
exception.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, I gotta know this. Then, is there a big difference between cockiness and being confident?
Yes.
What do you call yourself?
I'm cocky.
I
I
want to
was
start
gonna
with
say
you.
he definitely cocky as shit.
Everybody would probably consider me cocky, right?
Yes.
Safe to say, right?
Yep.
So you ain't got to cheese that damn hard, okay? Right?
Cocky and arrogance? Or you say
No,
confidence and arrogance?
I would say cocky.
Cocky, yeah, cocky.
Because arrogance is just ugly.
Right. I don't think I'm an ugly person. I don't think I'm an ugly person.
I'm on the other side of the fence on this. Well, not with you, but you ugly as hell.
Like
though,
in my
you're saying.
spirit. No, in my spirit. I don't think I have an ugly spirit, right? But, I'm also confident, but I think that confidence can be misconstrued and viewed the wrong way, right? Depending on if I walk in a room and I command attention, that's not my fault.
Here's
That's not
It's the
cocky.
curls.
Here's my definition.
be,
It's
it
the
is.
curls.
It's not my fault.
Here's how-
it's the lustrous
I don't think
pink
you're
oil.
cocky, but I think you're confident.
So here's how
right?
here's how I kind of establish.
Sound
the
like
Don't
you
think
over there,
about
boy.
stuff like that.
If you walk in a room, and you say, "All right, I'm here. I'm about to do X, Y, Z." To me, that's cocky because you're stating you're making like this statement that I'm doing shit, right? Confidence to me is you walk in the room and shit is happening
Falls
the
in
way
your
it's
lap.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
A decision needs to
Say
be
it
made.
again.
You make the decision. You walk into a room that you
Which
do
word
what
is
you're
this? Which word
supposed to
is
do.
this?
Confidence.
Okay.
Confidence is you do what somebody asks you.
Oh, you believe in
so-
yourself.
So how is
Right.
this?
That's fine.
Are you happy with what's going to happen at Purple Block Party? Right? It's like, yeah, absolutely.
PBP.
I feel like we have the things set up that we need. I think everything's moving in the development. See, to me, that's you have answers to the questions.
Or
That's
my
confidence.
response would be, hell
You're
yeah,
not
fuck you
hesitant.
mean, right?
Okay.
Now, hell yeah, fuck you mean is cocky. Right? Because
definitely.
because hell yeah, fuck you mean is
The
like
fuck?
it's like,
How
are you
dare you?
questioning me?
Right, exactly.
That's the difference.
Like, fuck you,
So
though.
cockiness
No,
is
it's
what?
me, right?
Cockiness
Exactly.
is confidence taken too far. Is what y'all saying?
Yeah.
They're both beliefs in yourself.
I agree.
You know
I
what
think
I'm saying?
cocky is stating the confidence.
Yes, it's like nobody
I'm
asked
okay
you.
with that.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you all that.
Think about this though. Your most arrogant motherfuckers, cocky motherfucking athletes you ever seen, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, all the great ones. You have to have a certain cockiness to you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have this certain belief in you that others don't have in themselves. That sets you apart because you putting in the work or whatever it is. You got the tools and desire. So I don't really see a problem with cockiness at all. It's just like here's the ledge of arrogance. And you say, "I'm taking another step." And
But I think cockiness without work, then it's just you talking
That's
shit.
called a fool.
Right, you just talking shit.
You just blowing smoke up.
Yeah,
That's
somebody's
it, right?
ass.
You're
But-
doing too much.
I can afford, like, who the fuck told me that I have to be humble? I don't have to be humble if I don't
don't.
fucking want to be.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I had
agree.
to learn that though. I think for me that's part of like what changed. Like unfortunately, me thinking that I had to be a humble person
Right.
is actually probably why I ain't got no money.
Right. Well, it's like
What's the
In a
words
way-
again?
it's what
in
kept
what
you
I
from
mean-
pushing
What's the
yourself
words
into
again?
that,
Cocky
that
and what?
space.
Arrogant?
Exactly.
Cocky and
But
confidence?
I mean that to say like
You
people
cocky?
treat you a certain way when you
Yes.
come off humble.
Yeah.
So just how you come off.
But they take advantage
But they
of that
take
shit.
advantage, and that's what I'm saying. So for
Right.
me, it didn't work, especially in the music business, especially dealing with cocky artists
Man.
or cocky people that in general. So it was definitely a detriment to me as a business person.
Right.
Absolutely.
You say
And
you
then
were cocky.
I also
No,
think,
I was
confident.
I was
being-
I thought
She was always
humble.
trying to humble herself.
I was always thinking because
Right.
Humble, you coming down from something then. So
Exactly.
where were you at when you trying to humble yourself? Were you cocky? Were you confident?
I wouldn't even say that. Well, I
see what I'm
wasn't
saying?
coming
You
down
see all the
from
accolades in
anything.
there?
She was saying-
You see the records? Man, come on, man.
She's saying that she started with the concept in mind that to be successful, you had to be humble.
Humble,
So she
okay.
didn't
Yeah.
allow herself to be
She was baking that humble pie.
confident and
Okay, well, I
cocky.
got it.
Right.
Yeah,
You got the recipe.
and but it backfired for me as a business.
Right.
It backfired, and in Chicago, people already don't like to pay.
Yeah, you leave a lot of
Like,
money on the table.
You'll see a rapper walk in with a Louis Vuitton belt on, a book bag, and you be like, "Yeah, my services cost $2,500. I ain't got
Right.
that, but you
Yeah.
got on
Give me the belt there, bro.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but back then, like now, it ain't like that. But even telling what I should tell somebody,
Right.
how much my services are.
Yeah, that's an
You know what I'm
uncomfortable moment.
saying?
It's like I'm about to tell you a big number.
But I
Right.
used to be humble about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
After a while, I was like, man, I got a business to
Yeah,
run.
no more
right.
discounts.
Well, I
And
gotta
so
feed me.
it changed. So it did change from humble to confident, and then a little bit of cocky
Cocky,
added
yeah.
on to it because at that point I'm like, I got a track record, and you coming to me.
Right.
Talk your shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I remember telling somebody I had a client say, "Hey, I want to pay you up front for like 6 months." I'm like, "Great."
Right.
But then he tried to
Lowball you.
lowball me.
Right.
And so this was the first time I would say I was like, nah, bro. So
Was that your
He tried
cockiest
to-
moment? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did on purpose.
nah,
on
I
accident.
mean, no, because this was the first time that this is when I started therapy.
Okay.
And I had to learn, like, no, like
Yeah,
your
I'm
price
worth
is
what
your
I'm worth.
price. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but he pulled to Chicago, like, hey, man, so man, can you just knock off fat? Like, you know that whole when somebody finna do
Jewtown
some
ruined
bullshit,
us.
they
No
they
offense,
lean in.
anybody.
And
You know what's crazy,
Jewtown
though?
ruined us, man.
And they whisk, they get real, they
Yep.
voice get low. You be
Yeah.
like, this person finna run some
Yeah.
bullshit.
But here's-
I knew it. And after that, I left the
Like somebody
meeting.
say, check this out.
And
check this
I
out.
ain't answered the phone.
Right.
He kept calling. And I texted him and said, you made me feel uncomfortable.
Thanks. Thank you for doing
Made
that.
me feel like, you don't want to
I
do
was
Thank you for
like,
doing that.
I don't want to work with nobody. I don't want to start like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to set the tone. If this is how you go approach me,
Right.
then we don't need to work together.
Joe, to her point, man, like we had talked and I was like, yo, Bree, I want to be a part of the fest. Like, please, like bring me, you know what I'm saying? Bring me in. Let me be a part of the game. And she was like, all right, well, what's your fee? And I started down the, it's you, it's left. She's like, yep, nope. What's your fee? And I'm like, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you the what's your fee?
Right.
That's
Well,
real though.
She
we
like,
have to
legit.
do that with each other.
Yes, exactly.
And
That's what I'm
the
saying.
problem.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Pay him in hats, though. pay him in brims and lids. God damn it. Come on.
pay this back.
Why are you making my hair hurt right now?
Now, he's great at what he does, though, man. And
He is.
his tour this summer just was evidence of it, man, because he stayed on everybody's live stream, whether he wanted to or not. Somebody's IG picture or story. I'm looking like, look this motherfucker go, man.
But no,
It
to
was
your
nice-
point,
it was
people
nice knowing
start to
McKinley.
seek you out.
Yeah.
And when people seek you out, when you're just getting those opportunities, you're like, man, I don't want to miss this opportunity,
Right.
right? So let me not scare them away with my price. The first time I sent a 4-figure fee for one of them, for one of these joints, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, y'all definitely gonna come back with a no. And they were like, oh, cool. And in that moment, it's like,
the
That was
first,
it, huh?
and
Well,
that's
good.
the thing. And
Good.
I think that was another moment for me. Like when you say like my first moment of like knowing
me,
like
I'm Bree, motherfucker.
Well, it started before that, but to your point of when you tell somebody, see, the thing is again, we live. And it's not to say this, but I think specifically Chicago, because it's a town mentality.
Yeah.
We have had so much, believe it or not, if you was in the music business in Chicago, you have PTSD.
Right.
There's no way around that.
right.
And I'm not even being funny about
believe
it.
you, though.
It's the truth, because we have all been treated. We've either treated each other too humble or too bad that we think everybody else is
gonna
gonna
operate
treat
like
us
that,
like
yeah.
that. And I remember getting a phone call. Somebody referred me to some. I don't even know who referred me. All I know is I had to get on the phone with somebody from London. It was an agency, and I was like, okay, well, what are you guys looking for? Whatever. They were doing this event. It was like through Universal, and it was at the hotel at like
Mag Mile somewhere.
Aloft, one of
Right,
the
right,
Aloft
right.
hotels, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing this show," and so I'm thinking they want me to do this whole damn event,
Right.
I'm like, all right, they probably gonna ask me to do some press. The lady was like, "Well, our budget is only $4,000," and I was like, "Okay, and what do you want me to do?"
Right.
Just invite people.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Blast it.
I can start
So
tonight.
you want me to just invite people? I don't have to send no.
Get a certain number of people to come
I didn't
or
have
commit.
to put a press release.
Go
They
through
was
no
like, "Oh, just
walkthroughs.
make 1 or 2 posts on your socials."
Right.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Send
And
that to
after
run
that,
that.
I was like,
Run that shit.
oh, these niggas
Price
here?
up. Yeah.
But here, somebody had literally, and I had to learn this. We got a lot because a lot of the gatekeepers at the time, they would be getting those prices,
And
then
and
they'll
they-
call you like, "I got $300."
Oh, you up?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
again, like that narrative has to change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we can't be functioning, and we can't have an industry if we're not paying each other what somebody's fee is.
Yeah. And I mean, but to your point, like it's like at the end of the day, that's part of why the music industry still takes from Chicago is because they've never had to build anything here.
Yeah.
There's never been a demand that, you know what? Y'all want to keep fucking with us? Where's the
Where's the
Universal
money?
headquarters here?
Yeah.
How come y'all don't?
Right.
How come
Yeah.
Def Jam don't have an office here?
Yeah.
Like Chicago has never made that statement. We've always been like, cool, we just gonna go over that end. You know what I'm saying?
We scared we gonna lose this, so you better not fuck it up.
Right.
And you be like,
I'm coming back for you, dog. Once I get on.
But that's my point. Like Chicago has low self-esteem when it comes to
I'm glad you said that.
the when it comes to the industry, because nobody you got to think everybody is coming in on their own trying to figure it out. There hasn't been anybody to say this is what you're supposed to be getting paid.
Exactly.
This is what you're supposed to ask for. Yeah. So we all
there were no teachers, huh?
There wasn't right. That's what it is. A lot of people didn't share information, and that's how a lot of this stuff happened. Where you got people making all this money off Chicago, but they throwing little money to the people that's really doing the jobs. They pay them a little bit, and they keep the bulk of it, and then they don't tell you. Yep. And so for me, I had to learn. Like that's why for me traveling, going to New York, working out in New York, I don't need no cosign here.
Right.
I never did, and I didn't have to. I would
you, brother.
I would go. I would literally go to. I went to those places, and some people be like, "Well, how you?" And but somebody that's not from Chicago has always put me on.
Yeah,
always.
About that.
I had this conversation the other day. Right, people got mad that a person got mad because his group of friends don't support him whatever he's doing. Right, and
it's usually like that.
And I told him, I said, "Bro, why are you concerned about your group of friends supporting you? Those aren't the people that are going to get you rich or get you to the next level."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, our friendship has nothing to do with what I'm doing.
It just feels good to have those roots for you around you, bro. It do.
Yeah.
It do sometimes. It makes a difference. Like,
it happens.
But back to the question, though. I think I was cocky for a lot of times once I realized I was good at basketball. And when I didn't make it to the NBA, I ended up overseas. And I realized I wasn't those guys. My cockiness just turned to confidence. I knew I was still good. It wasn't until I got older where I thought I could have kept my cocky attitude. I wouldn't hurt anybody with it.
Wait. Are you saying you don't think you're cocky?
No.
Is that
I'm
the
not saying
moral
that.
of this story?
I just went through a timeline. Okay. I'm getting back to me now. Funny guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I could have kept my cocky attitude because I didn't know how much politics went into the sports world.
Yeah.
Just like in the music world, knowing who, knowing what, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, neither one is bad. But fuck all that. What were you saying, though?
No. To close, though, right? I think cockiness could be a force field, right? To keep motherfuckers, to protect your own space.
That is true.
Image,
yeah.
Right?
That
People don't look at it like that.
That's
Why the fuck
right.
would I deal with a clown, right? And you don't even respect what I do anyway. Right?
Facts,
Real
though.
shit, though.
No,
right?
but
Facts.
you're right, because that probably could have definitely afforded me a lot of. I probably would have
from a lot of
avoided a
bullshit.
lot of stuff if I would have had some level of cockiness back then. And I mean, now I don't have to say nothing, so it's cool. But I think for all of us that's a good perspective.
Facts.
All right, so before we wrap, can we get one more plug on the Purple Block Party? Where's it at? Date, time, who's going to be there?
Where you get the tickets.
Yeah, all that.
Okay. Purple Block Party is August 28th. Next Sunday,
God's Day.
Oh,
Nice.
Lord.
7 days away.
We ready?
7
You guys
days
got
away.
this. You got this.
And doors open at 10.
You?
It's kid friendly.
Yes.
If people don't know that, they can bring their children.
It's like kids under 6 are free, right?
Under 5 are
Under
free.
5.
Yeah, y'all. When you get to 6, they-
Are we taking
they-
IDs on these 6-year-olds?
Oh, we. If you look,
it's gonna be a couple of no. He's 6.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he's 6.
yeah.
He's a lot of
I'll be like, my brother big. My brother ate Big Macs as a baby. I'm not even bullshit. So, I don't know,
If
but
he's 6, his beard 35. I don't know.
Right. So they can get tickets. You can go to the website, which is thepbparty.com, and get tickets there. See the lineup. Jim Jones is the headliner. I might have a surprise guest. We're trying to figure that out. But yeah, like I'm nervous. I'm
Is it
not gonna
Garfield
lie.
Park,
It's
right?
at
Which is-
Garfield Park.
Where's Garfield Park?
100
for those?
North Central Park.
The Golden Dome.
Ain't that-
Look for the big pause in Chicago.
Is it pause?
And let it be the park. Yeah, you can't say big dome. It's just so sound
I
right.
can say it.
You
Look
can,
for
you
the
can.
big Golden Dome.
There you go.
When you
Hilarious.
are coming down Central Park,
There you go.
we gonna be on Madison. I'm
This
kind
is
of
like back in the circle
Buddy,
days.
wow.
boy.
I
This
got-
is
I
like-
got-
I was about
already.
to say, I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
people don't understand like the
That was the
cir-
shit, though.
like it's
Yeah,
a
that was
literally
a-
a full circle moment.
Yes. That was
and
the
I'm
shit.
excited
We
about
used
that.
to lock Madison down,
Yeah.
just cars.
Who was y'all? Maywood?
Yeah, it was definitely Maywood.
We robbed
first
y'all.
of all,
Get out of here, man.
we had to come 3 cars deep because we didn't
Y'all
trust
did.
nobody out there.
It was safe back then.
It was super safe.
It was
longest.
safer than it is
Yeah,
now.
and that's
longest.
the thing.
Yeah, fucked it
That's
up,
the
yeah.
thing. Like that's what I heard. I heard like
It was.
I think
I'd never
they
been on
said it was
shootouts or
never.
nothing out there.
Yeah,
No.
they said it was never
No,
a problem.
never-
Somebody kids grew up and came to the park. One summer, Joe,
looked
I knew it was
reckless,
over.
but it wasn't like that.
They took something from a young woman forcefully. Then somebody found somebody he didn't like at the park and shot him. And the police started making a circle to strip smaller and
Yeah.
smaller. I was like, Joe,
Yeah.
this the last
Yeah,
summer,
that was
bro.
it. Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the circle as much as y'all did. I was being.
We ain't had nothing else to do.
I was
Y'all
no.
didn't.
I was in school and going.
Whatever.
Nah.
Whatever.
I went to St. Mel. I was there.
You
every
right
day.
there, you right there.
But I ain't go to the circle.
Is that why
I
purple?
went to the circle like a couple times.
Now
I
it
was
makes
like,
sense though. St. Mel colors is purple though.
Yeah.
You ain't fooling nobody no more. I done found you out.
You ain't fooling nobody no more.
I was a private school girl. I went to the circle. It was like, I ain't coming back to this shit.
Well, I was like,
It was too much. It was too much for me.
I was
It was too much for me. I was like, I mean, like I said, I went with my cousins a couple times, and I was like, And my cousins, they love. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I was standing on top of the car while we was driving
Yeah.
down.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was the
But
shit.
yeah, but I
Took you
mean,
3 hours to
That's
get there
what's
for 3 blocks.
man,
Yeah.
it was.
Oh no, yeah, it was locked down.
It was
straight gridlock.
man. So hopefully, hopefully in a positive way, we can bring
that
that
same
energy
energy.
back.
That energy
Yeah.
back. There you go.
definitely.
Yeah.
Now we gonna be
y'all.
there
Y'all know what it is.
next week.
We
show.
will be in the
You're gonna
building.
see us.
I'm still
Purple
looking over here.
Block Party, man.
Purple block party, y'all. Come on.
The Purple Fest.
It's the
Well, this
Corner
was,
Convo, man. Episode 112, man. We out.
112 is episode 112. You ain't had no R&B queued up.
I thought about it.
Of course,
Right,
you did. Lazy ass. Just
We on 112th Street because it's still Chicago. Either
looking
or.
across 100. Oh, it's 10th Street. 10th Street.
No,
It's not 12.
you can change it.
Yeah.
You can change it. You can remix it.
Thank you, Bree.
Definitely should have had some 112 queued up though, right?
Shout out to Brandy on the hook.
What song would you choose?
I
You
don't
know
know.
what I'm saying?
I don't know. They gotta have
Weird.
one gangster song with Mace or somebody. What is this?
No.
Nah, for a rapper, right?